Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to do a Carli Bybel inspired look using the new Anastasia Carli Bybel palette, and I absolutely love how it came out. I love the shades that she picked for this palette, and if you want to see how I created this look, then keep watching. So I just started off by priming my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer, and then I'm grabbing my Peaches and Cream fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to dip into my Carli Bybel palette and grab the shade Chai. And first I'm just patting it on just to get the pigment to stick to the primer, and then I'm using windshield wiper motions to blend it out. And right when I get towards the tip of my eyebrow, I'm flicking it up and outwards to create a smoked out little wing effect. And I'm just going to blend the shadow right above my brow bone, and I'm just going to keep blending and dragging out the eyeshadow outwards until it's blended out how I want it. A lot of people ask me how I get my eyeshadow to blend out so well, and the trick is literally just keep on blending. When you think it's blended enough, just keep going. And I know that it's a little bit tedious, but trust me, it's so worth it. I just picked up a little bit more pigment just to deepen it up a little bit, and I'm still doing the same thing, just blending windshield wiper motions in my crease and dragging it up and outward on the corner. So next I'm grabbing a pointed blending brush from Morphe, and I'm dipping into the shade Bybel, and I'm just going to blend that out right underneath my crease where I put that first shade, and I'm going to do the same thing, just blend it out in windshield wiper motions, packing it on and flicking it out in the corner. I'm just dipping into the shade Bybel for a second time just to build up the eyeshadow and make it a little bit darker. I find with the Anastasia eyeshadows they're so pigmented, so I like to start out with a little bit and blend it out and see if I need more. So in true Carli Bybel fashion, I grabbed an old eyelash container, and I'm just using the lid to create a nice sharp line with the eyeshadow like she does. You could use anything that has like a straight edge that you want, or you don't have to do this, it's optional, but I think it comes out nice when she does it, so I wanted to try it. So next I'm grabbing this teeny tiny blending brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to grab the shade Bowie. I'm sorry that I'm not holding the palette so you can really see it. One of the shades, My Angels, I don't know how it broke, so I didn't want it to all like crumble and fall everywhere. I ended up fixing it later on. I was able to salvage it, but I didn't want any of it to spill out, so I'm sorry about the bad visuals. So like I said, I grabbed the shade Bowie, and I'm just focusing that on my outer V just to deepen it up and give it some dimension. And I'm just going in with a little bit, and I'm just going to add more as needed. So next I just grabbed a clean blending brush, and I just went over everything just to make sure everything was blended out nice and evenly. So next I'm taking my finger and going in with the shade OA. Honestly, I think this is my favorite shade in the palette, but with the Anastasia shimmers, I feel like a finger works best first, just to get all the pigment on the lid, and then I usually go in with a brush later and blend it out. So I'm just going to go in with the flat end of the brush that their eyeshadow comes with, and I'm just going to dip into the same shade OA, and I'm just going to pack on some more color and get a more precise application. You could use any dense flat brush that you have, but I find that the one that theirs comes with works just fine. So now I'm just going back in with a fluffy blending brush and just making sure the edges are nice and smooth before I move on. And then I'm just going back in with that flat brush just to blend out the pigment and make everything just blend a little bit better. So next on that tiny BH Cosmetics fluffy blending brush, I'm taking the shade Bybel again, and I'm blending it out on my lower lash line, and I'm just connecting it right to the outer corner where the two meet and just blending it and flicking it upwards. So on the same brush, I'm picking up the shade Bowie, and I'm just patting that right on my outer V and focusing it on my lower lash line, but just kind of in the outer corner. So on this really tiny flat brush, I don't even know where I got it from, honestly, I'm going to grab the shade Bali, and I'm going to take a little bit of my Anastasia Dewy Set setting spray, and I'm just going to give the brush a little spritz just to make the pigment a little bit brighter and stick better. So I'm using this shade as my inner corner highlight, and by wetting the brush with the setting spray, you can see that it makes it stick so much better, and it just makes it so much more like brighter and pigmented. That's a good trick. If you ever feel like your eyeshadow is a little bit lackluster, just whatever you're using, your finger or a brush, just spray it with a little bit of setting spray, and it makes the pigment like so much stronger. So on the opposite end of the Anastasia brush that it comes with, I'm going to be dipping into the same shade Bali, and I'm going to be using that as my brow bone highlight. I'm not going to spray any setting spray on it though, because I want it to be a little bit more subtle. Sorry I'm a little bit out of focus here, but I'm taking the Peaches and Cream brush that I used for my transition shade, and without adding any more eyeshadow onto it, I'm just blending it into my brow bone highlight. So now moving on to the most stressful part of my makeup routine is liquid eyeliner. I'm using the Anastasia liquid liner. It has a little felt tip and it's really precise. So for my particular eye shape, I find it the easiest to start off in the inner corner and draw my wing, and then I go back and I fill it in. And I'm just going to fast forward through the rest of this part because I'm sure you've seen people do wing eyeliner 100 times, and someone else could probably explain it a little bit better than I can at this point. So I'm just going to fast forward now. So lately I've been liking to line my tear duct and give it like a pointed cat eye effect, and spoiler alert, I mess up and I get pretty annoyed. Yeah, so that was really annoying, but anyways, moving on. So next I'm just lining my waterline with a NYX white eyeliner. This is something that Carli does a lot, so I wanted to do it too. So here I am trying to fix my eyeliner mishap. Honestly, if you get eyeliner or mascara anywhere, the best thing to do is to let it completely dry first and then kind of like pick at it, like pick it off, and it'll come off in flakes and like it won't like just smear everywhere. So it's really not the end of the world. So for mascara today, I'm using the Pacifica Stellar Gaze Mascara, and I like to put my mascara on before I put my lashes on because I feel that it blends better and the lashes just stick to your, like the mascara first instead of just stick right to your natural lashes, but whatever your preference is, it's fine. This is just what I like to do. And I do the same thing on my bottom lashes as well. It's so important to fill out your lower lash line, especially if you're wearing a heavy lash on top, so that it doesn't look like so top heavy and then the bottom is really sparse. These are my absolute favorite Jugstar lashes, the Ardell 853s, and I'm going to be pairing it with the Tarte eyelash glue. So a really good tip that I didn't used to know about false lashes is when you apply the glue to the strip lash, let it dry for about 30 seconds to a minute to get it more of like a tacky base instead of really wet, because if you put it on when it's really wet, number one, it's going to burn your eyes, and number two, it's not going to stay where you put it. It's just going to keep popping off. So let it cure for about 30 seconds to a minute before putting it on. So I forgot to film an outro, so here I am just putting some finishing touches and tying everything together. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and if it was helpful. Comment down below anything you want, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!